Hello there guys, MrYorkiesWorld here, welcome back to the channel. And today's video is actually going to be pretty interesting. It's another requested area, and with that requested area we're going to be doing a full flight. And it's going to be from Tokyo, Narita International, which is Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha, over to, is it Atsugi Aero, Romeo Juliet Tango Alpha. And we're going to be seeing Tokyo itself. And a few of the landmarks here. You can see all these landmarks we're going to see, or points of interest. And as we come in to approach to Atsugi, I will probably take out the autopilot a little bit and from about this waypoint here, and see if we can see the Yokohama Landmark Tower, which should be pretty interesting. Now, there are a few airports around here. Obviously, we've got Narita. We've also got Tokyo, is it Haneda International, and we've got Atsugi Aero, which is right here. And this is going to make, hopefully, for a really interesting flight. The flight plan that we've got should take approximately 20 minutes or something like that, it said. So that should be pretty interesting. Let me just stop clicking on things. And I've set the local time to 18 minutes past 9 in the morning, just so that it's nice and light for us. Again, we'll be followed by some cinematics after the actual flight that we do. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to click Fly Now. And let's see what Tokyo's like. Alright, so here we are on the ground. We are at runway 16 by the looks of it. That's where the simulators put us. And we are going to go ahead and start today's flight. Now I'm going to jump back into the cockpit. We're in the Cessna 172. Should probably stop using this aircraft, but it's just so addictive and it's just perfect for looking around the scenery. So we've set the initial altitude to 2,000 feet. We might change that, but so far so good. It's looking okay to me. I think we'll be okay at about 2,000 feet. I'm going to release the parking brake and we're going to add some power in. And again, this is going to be an absolutely fantastic opportunity to check out what a major city looks like in the simulator. It's one of the requested areas. I'm very excited to get into it. Just trying to keep the centre line. The aircraft already wants to take off. Nice gentle rotation. And we'll have a look to the left. I'm not actually sure if this is one of the handcrafted airports. I haven't checked the list. But it looks pretty decent. Let's go ahead and throw in the autopilot now, which is going to start us on our turn to the right. But this is looking pretty nice. You can see all the buildings. They look quite detailed from this this distance. Again, that could change as we get sort of closer to them. If we take a closer look later on, that might be a completely different story. But everything looks pretty nice. I mean, we are stuttering a little bit, but I dare say that's because we're heading towards Tokyo, which is actually over that way. The good thing about little nav map is it tells me whereabouts we are at the moment, and I'm terrible with pronunciation, so you'll have to excuse me. But look how gorgeous this particular scenery looks, regardless of whether it's accurate to the real world and perfect or anything. It still looks fantastic. Very, very nice indeed. We're going to start a left turn now. The roads down there could do with a little bit of work by the looks of it, with the traffic. But I'm very impressed with what you can see. We've got some pop in as well, that's not a problem. Look on little nav map, we can see that we are basically heading straight for Tokyo. And I've not gone through the middle of Tokyo because I want to actually see some of it. If you're sort of flying right over it, it's difficult to see out of the window unless you do like an active pause and get the drone camera out. But this is absolutely fantastic. Quite a bit of popping in by the looks of it. I mean, we're getting 57, 59, 53. The FPS is very, very variable. You can see it in the bottom right of the screen. But the stutter has increased. And that's partially due to the use of SimConnect programs such as Little Navmap. It's a well-known issue with SimConnect. It's not actually something that we can do much about. But nevertheless, here comes 2,000 feet. And we should start to see that speed, the airspeed, increase a little bit as well. And just before it gets to the yellow area there, on the speed tape I will reduce down once we're at a nice stable speed. That looks absolutely beautiful. I dare say it will probably look even nicer at night time as well. We'll have to take a look at some point. Gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. So let's go back into, where is it? Nav mode. Just so that we continue the GPS path. We can take a look down there, look at that. Still got the 2D boats, they've not been corrected as of yet. But this is the city of Tokyo. And Hong Kong is something I've wanted to be doing as well, so I may well do that next. But I really wanted to get Tokyo out of the way because it's one of those areas. Very, very built up area. Lots to see. And if we go to a showcase view, it's even better. Look at this. I like the fact that we've got the shadow of the airplane there as well. But absolutely amazing. Again, let me know what you think. Does this do justice to the real life counterpart of Tokyo? Does it look realistic or not? Let me know. But bear in mind there's probably going to be a lot of fixes that come out over time. And as I always say, when something's missing, generally that's a good indication that there's going to be plenty of third-party developers and the community to do. So it's not necessarily a bad thing when things are missing or not correct. It just means that it gives the flight sim community even more chance to contribute and make this our own. So let's jump back in, because we've got some more buildings over here that I want to see. Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. I think like the roads, maybe they could do with a bit more work, because they're not very good. Not very sharp at all. But overall, especially from a... I mean, we're at 1,500 feet. I think that's a perfect sort of distance to be seeing these things. And pretty sure we're going to start making a left turn and heading towards Atsugi, or RJTA. In fact, let me just take a look at what runway we're going to be using over there. So it looks as if we'll be heading in for a runway 19 approach. Looks like it. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. So runway 19 is the favourable one based on the wind. And that's okay, because the flight plan's going to take us virtually onto the path of 19 anyway. But there it is, the city of Tokyo in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Looking absolutely epic, in my opinion. Right, okay, so we're actually just about to start a turn to the south, around 180. We've reduced down to 1,000 feet. The airport should be over there somewhere. So I'm going to begin that turn now to 180. Reducing down a little bit, going to go flat 1. Probably a little bit too soon for flat 1, but what the heck, we've done it anyway now. Just going to correct a little bit because we're not perfectly aligned. And we should start to see the runway very, very shortly. Can't see it at the moment. I think it's over there. I think you can see the lights now. So we are at 1,000 feet. I believe I've got the runway confirmed. I'm going to disconnect and I'm going to take this manually now. Yeah, you can see the flashing lights. You can see the airport, see the runway. Just going to line us up correctly. Runway 19 is going to be the runway that we're going to be arriving at. Look at this scenery, still absolutely gorgeous. Just going to make some small corrections. Just watching the speed and the altitude. Want to try and stay at 1,000 feet for now. Otherwise we're going to end up being too low. Near enough, perfectly in line now. The trim's looking good on the aircraft as well. I'm happy with the feel of everything. Going to start just a tiny bit of a descent. Very, very sensitive is the Thrustmaster HOTAS 1, or HOTAS X, sorry, which is what I'm using. Beautiful view. I'm going to go for the second notch of flaps, and I'm going to trim. And I'm very, very happy with what I can see at the moment. Final notch of flaps now. Tiny bit high. Correcting that. There's 500 feet. A little bit of stutter as we come in. Just going to try and drop a little bit of altitude. Going to reduce down on the power. And idle. Floating a little bit. There we go, touchdown. Can't say I've ever been to this particular airport before, but there we go. Let's see if we can't make a sharp turn to the right. And we'll exit the runway here. So we are going to take a closer look again at what everything looks like up close with regards to the city of Tokyo. I'm not too fussed about taking this bird anywhere in particular. I think we'll just plonk it anywhere we can get it. Let's raise the flaps. Love the external sort of view there. I'm not sure where we're going to park, but we'll find somewhere. Even if it's somewhere that we're not meant to park, I'm sure we'll get away with it. We are in a simulator after all. But that was fun, that was really fun. And again, the performance is something that I was really impressed with as well. I didn't expect things to work as well as what they actually worked. Right, where on earth am I going now then? I think we're just going to stop it here in the middle of nowhere. Probably get in trouble for that, but that's fine. So let's set the parking brake there. And we're going to go to an external showcase view. We're going to increase the speed of the drone. We're going to leave our trusty Cessna behind. And let's just take a look at Tokyo. You can just see the area is just really well detailed. Let me slow down a little bit. Really well detailed. Let's just have a look over here. So these are the roads that I was on about. Sort of the road textures. They're not very good at all. It looks as if all the cars are in the middle of a massive flood by the looks of it. Driving through a massive sort of thing there. They've all got sort of like reflections coming off of them, but I'm sure the water's not meant to be there. So what we got here then? So let me zoom in a little bit. A bit closer, look at that. That is a very pretty building indeed. Not an expert, so let me know what this is. So I'm pretty sure this looks like a landmark or a famous building of some sort. Definitely not something that's sort of the same as everything else. Everything else looks quite bland, to be honest, compared to this. Again, some more cars driving through the water. And again, a lot of people would probably... oops, on top of the building there as well. But this is what I love to do. I just love to explore the areas. I mean, this video, by the time it gets out, might be a little bit edited. I might have skipped ahead and got past all the sort of zooming around trying to find the best areas to take a look at. But overall, I mean, look at this. Very, very built up. A lot of detail. Let's go closer to one of these buildings. A lot of detail there. A hell of a lot of detail on the actual building itself. It's really nice to see. Now this is just crazy. Look at that. But here's what we flew past. This is the first sort of what I would call a landmark that we flew past. And it looks really nice. Even up close, we've got all the detail. Look at that. Each one of those sort of metal beams is casting its own shadow. And it looks really, really nice. It definitely looks like it may have been sort of handcrafted because of the level of detail. Again, I've not seen the real world counterpart, so I couldn't say for sure, but it is a very, very high structure. Looks like solar panels. And I'm pretty sure everybody would want to see this as well. It's one of the best parts of the simulator. Being able to just change things like this, like the weather, the time, and get some really good cinematics. Look at that. And then we could even go up and change the weather, so broken clouds. That looks absolutely epic. Not sure whether this particular building is meant to have any lights on it, but at this minute in time I really don't care. Look at that. Change the time a little bit. There we go. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Look at those clouds over the city of Tokyo. Looking absolutely epic. So that is it. That is Tokyo, with a short VFR as well, in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what else you would like to see in the comments below, and I will do my best to get these videos out every single day. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.